What's going on, my fellow Jedi and Padawans? Welcome back to another Jedi gaming video. Thank you guys so much for coming back to the channel, and if you guys are new, welcome. We're talking about the Martyr's Retribution, another Saint 14 weapon, which is a away-frame solar grenade launcher, so let's get right into it, wasting no time. Cast your shadows. We got dealing grenade damage right here, increases the weapon's handling, loads a small amount of ammo from the reserve, so not a bad thing, especially on something like this, where it's basically just re-getting some ammo inside of that, so you can keep throwing out waves on waves on waves of that solar energy. Alright, masterwork on this thing, PvE going to blast radius because waveframes got that release based on their blast radius, so higher blast radius, better the wave is. Talking about barrels for this bad boy for the PvE realm, we got volatile launch, gives us that plus 15 to blast radius, like I was saying, have this thing at 75 blast radius, 78 in the velocity, giving us the best wave that we can possibly get with that highest blast radius possible. Same thing kind of in the magazine here. We're gonna go with high velocity rounds because our other one gives us negative in blast radius, so we're giving this for some nice reload velocity. Reload definitely not a bad thing, but cast no shadows definitely helps with doing a little bit of overflow, if you will, in this bad boy. First option right here in the third column, we got Demolitionist, not a bad option, always a staple in the PvE realm. Kills with this weapon generate grenade energy. Throwing our grenade also reloads from reserve, so definitely a staple for a little grenade spam, and also allows you to throw out a little bit more of those waveframe grenades. Next off, auto-loading holster. The holstered weapon automatically reloads after a short duration, about 2.5 seconds, so definitely good for something like this. You can throw that waveframe out, switch to a hand cannon, pulse rifle, whatever you're using in that PvE realm, and then switch back to this after a couple seconds. It'll be reloaded for another wave of that solar energy. Another option right here is Envious Assassin. Nothing too crazy about this with these breach frame grenade launchers, waveframes, everything like that, because you're about to get only another shot in there, so nothing too crazy about it, but having an extra wave of that solar energy, never a bad option in my opinion, so definitely like auto-loading I think as my number one, and then the other two kind of interchangeable. Same concept here, fourth column, couple options. Adrenaline Junkie is our first one. We gain damage and handling from final blows with grenades or this weapon, so pairing this with Demolitionist, definitely not a bad combination by any means for the PvE realm. Second option is the Desperate Measures. New perk this season, we got ourselves some extra damage that we can get from final blows. Melee and grenade final blows also grant a larger damage bonus that can stack, so again, just more damage output in this column, but I still think this last option is my number one choice. Last option, best option, like I said, Incandescent right here. This thing is definitely for ad clear rather than for doing damage like something like the Mountaintop, if you will, stunning, disorienting grenades on some of our other grenade launchers, so Incandescent absolutely juicy for that scorch spreading on those enemies when you get the defeats. Definitely what I would go with as my number one option would be right here with Incandescent. Auto-loading probably what I would go with, so overall PvE in this bad boy, probably giving it like a 4.3 out of 5. Nothing too crazy about this bad boy. Cast no shadows, definitely feels good in PvE, but we also got PvP coming up. Same thing now, PvP realm. This thing definitely, I suck with waveframes in the Crucible, just personally, my personal vendetta, if you will. I can't use them, but they are pretty good. When some people use them, you can throw that wave on the ground, hot swap to a hand cannon, pulse rifle, get like a one tap on them because of that, even in the body sometimes, because these do a good little bit of damage on those enemies, so we're gonna go with that blast radius as our masterwork, again, because, again, waveframes need higher blast radiuses for better waves on the ground, so that's what we're going with. Blast radius, masterwork, volatile launch as our barrel for that plus 15 in blast radius. Yes, we do lose a little bit of handling in the Crucible, but at 60, nothing too crazy about it in my personal opinion. Being lost between 60 and 65, absolutely the same thing. Magazine, same concept, going with high velocity rounds right here for that velocity and reload. Don't want implosion rounds because it gives us a negative blast radius, which hurts our wave frame potential in this grenade launcher, so build it out for blast radius even in PvP. I really think there's only like one option here in the third column, auto-loading holster, especially with the way most people play with these grenade launchers in Crucible. Like I said, you shoot it on the ground, let it hot swap to your other weapon so you can get that one tap, and then you let this thing reload in that 2.5 seconds that you're doing the hot swap to your other weapon. Bada bing, you're ready to go and just do it again right back to back with some extra Guardians. Plus, people like to conglomerate in the Crucible. Everybody's a baby in the Crucible, hiding getting together, playing together. Nobody takes 1v1s anymore, so it's a good way to get a couple people just in one single wave. Fourth column, 2 options. Vorpal, not a bad option. We get 20% in the Crucible for that extra damage for those players in their super. Not really going to get a defeat, I don't think, for most of the time with this thing, but you can maybe get that little extra bit of damage going on and then hot swap again on those supers, but not a bad option. Nothing really crazy about this for the PvP realm. Other option, we got ourselves Strategist right here. We're getting those final blows, give us class ability. Activating our class ability gives us improved stability. That does not matter one bit on this grenade or launcher right here, but getting our class ability back, not a bad thing, especially like dodge, rift, and then your shield. Definitely 3 good things to spam in the Crucible. So overall, this thing kind of sucks, at least for me, but that might just be a personal thing and I suck with it. But I think I would probably give this thing like a 3.5 out of 5 for the Crucible. Absolutely a personal preference if you want to use it. I like using other breach frames, if anything, but I'm not a breach frame grenade launcher person anyways. Definitely just sticking with the meta, going with my hand cannon, pulse rifle, shotgun, sniper. That's all I need in the Crucible. So overall, let's get into the realms of the PvE PvP with this bad boy. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys for stopping by the channel. It means a lot to me. It means a lot to everybody. Hopefully y'all are sticking with Destiny. If not, totally understand. I will try to branch out and we'll see how that goes. But again, appreciate all you guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Later.